welcome to Newysports TV episode 4 this week, and it is our very first episode featuring actual game reviews. We 2 games this weekend at Johnson Park on Saturday with West Wallsend and Cessnock City, and today, Sunday, this is being recorded Sunday night, today out at Gateshead Harold Knight Oval for KAHBA versus South Cardiff in first grade and Belmont Swansea in the lower grades. First of all, let's go straight into this. This is our first photo montage, West Wallsend, Cessnock City, yesterday at Johnson Park. Enjoy. Well, there you go, a very a good start to Newysports TV's coverage of West Wallsend's games this year. It's quite good to get the camera out, and I really enjoyed that yesterday. Got some good photos there, and that is going to be a regular thing here on Newysports. I'm looking forward to it. Second, we did speak to some West Wallsend personnel yesterday. We spoke to the assistant coach and a couple of the players, one of the players. Those interviews, well, why not just put them on right now? Here are those interviews with the West Wallsend personnel after their 3-1 victory yesterday over Cessnock City.
I'm here at West Wallsend with assistant coach for West Wallsend Bluebells, Mitch KAHBA. First of all, your thoughts on today's game?
I thought it was really good. I think there's still some room for improvement, but we started off well. Obviously it's 35 degrees plus here today, so towards the end of the game we started to slow down a bit, and that'll come with fitness and that'll come throughout the season, but it's a good start for the year, so yeah, we're happy.
It was a fast start, 3-0 in the first sort of half hour. Do you think throughout the season you want to build on that and maybe not? I guess with the heat you sort of dropped off a little bit towards the end and let the goal in and let some chances in for Cessnock.
Yeah, absolutely. We just slacked off a bit there, but as I said, we got some new players in this year and we started really quickly, so it was good to see them and give them a good hit out, and like with Bailey and Ryan and a few of the other boys, and Dom especially as well. Yep. They look very dangerous, so they couldn't handle the new players and that we had, so we're pretty happy with that.
Yep. Singleton next week. What are your thoughts on them?
I haven't heard too much about them this year. I think they'll still be competitive. They always are. They're always very good, and we'll have to wait until next year. I've heard they've lost a few players, but they've probably gained some as well. So we'll just have to take this week and prepare for them and see how they go next week.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Mitch.
No worries. Thanks, Todd.
Here with Bailey Cox. Big win for you guys today.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Not a good hit out. Not a bad hit out. It was pretty good.
Yeah. Got on the score sheet. That was good.
I didn't get on.
You didn't get on?
No, I didn't get on.
I could have swore it was you.
No.
There's a mistake. There's the first Newysports mistake for the year. Journalist, right? 3-0 up inside 30 minutes. Your thoughts sort of on that? Do you think the team can sort of build on that fast start throughout the year?
Yeah, dominated the first half easy, that first quarter. Just got to try to get through it. It was pretty hot today and the pitch was pretty thick, so... Yeah, way too hot. The pitch was pretty thick too, so sore legs and just got to try and push through that.
Yeah. FFA Cup coming up soon. Do you guys reckon you can make a push towards the semi-finals again like last year?
Yeah, hopefully we can get through and do the same as what we did last year. And
yeah. Alright, well I'll probably talk to you next week or something at next game.
Alright, it's easy. Thanks, mate.
Thank you.
There you go. Mind me for a second, just getting this notepad. A very entertaining start to the season at West Wallsend. A good day for the Bluebells, I think, in most grades. 23s, of course, losing, but that under-17s game kicking off the day, a quality game, and I think, in my opinion, almost the game of the day out there at West Wallsend was the 17s game. Kai Drayton with the opening goal for West Wallsend. Equalised by Brendan Gear of Cessnock City, deflected off the goalkeeper Josh Nedden. A close miss for Connor Garrington of Cessnock. I thought they were the better side in the first half, and it showed half-time lead with a goal from through ball from Aaron Comerford. This is why I shouldn't be reading my own writing. It's horrible. Aaron Comerford to Kyle Gillis. Goal, through ball, good goal. A good through ball from Comerford, and that's why his name's on this sheet. Liam Hunter lucky to not get sent off, or not sent off, but not get yellow carded right on half time for Cessnock. 2-1 lead at the break for the Hornets, not the Bluebells. It could have been 2-2 early on. Mitchell Lindsay with a goal line clearance for Cessnock City. Grant Scott almost scoring, but correctly ruled offside. Jared Hayter making it 2-2, and finally Kai Drayton scoring his second goal of the day to make it a 3-2 victory for West Wallsend in the opening under-17s match of their season. That goal coming in the 77th minute from Drayton, and in my opinion a very good performance. A goal in the 5th minute, a goal in the 77th, and a very good win for West Wallsend. Some new names in this squad. I'm looking at the team sheet now. Probably won't put it on screen. That it's a bit hard to read this team sheet, but Brock Taylor last year, of course, one of their main players. Good game yesterday. A couple of other familiar names there. Mitch Kramer off the bench, but a lot of new players in that team, and I think there's a real potential for this 17 team at West Wallsend, and indeed Singleton. It's all the same place, isn't it? Cessnock City, nowhere near Singleton. Both these teams played well. It was an entertaining game, and I think the 17s comp is going to be a very strong competition this year. The 19s yesterday. Westie controlled early on. A goal from Luke Ford gave Cessnock City the lead despite that West Wallsend dominance early on. Across the goal with his left foot. Ford opening the scoring. The headline moment of this game had to be the fight, if you could call it a fight. Josh Knight and James Collins, it was quite entertaining there. I'm sure both of them probably regret that now, getting sent off in a trial match, but these two teams, Westie, Cessnock, it's a fierce sort of rivalry, you know, it's a physical rivalry, and there wasn't much in this. I saw first grade had a similar situation where both players just got told to leave the field and cool down. I think red cards might be a little bit overboard there, but well, can't complain now. 2-1 to West Wallsend. They got 2 goals to... I got corrected this name today. I should be able to remember it. Grant Scott, I think it was, that scored those goals. Well, he got 2, yes. It was 5-1. Grant Scott got 2. I believe it was Matt Cooper that got the others. You have to just comment on the Facebook page if I'm wrong again. Oh no, Matt Turner. Matt Turner got the second goal there for West Wallsend. Josh Knight scored, of course, I can't forget that, scoring and getting sent off probably 5 seconds after scoring. This wasn't the most fluid game, but it was a good victory for West Wallsend. I thought young Brendan Zeckel in goals did a good job for Cessnock City to keep it at 5-1. It was a game where Cessnock sort of fell away in the end, and it was a late goal for John Barnes, yes, for West Wallsend, 5-1. The right back scoring, getting his name on the score sheet, and a victory in the 19s for the home side. The 23s was a typical sort of trial match. It wasn't the most entertaining game in the world, that's for sure. Cessnock City grabbing the lead through Mitchell Cox, apparently. That's first grade. There you go. Team sheets, right? Cessnock City grabbing the lead early on. I've got the word lackluster written down because the game it came alive a little bit in the second half, but the first half was pretty lackluster. Matt Crawford getting yellow carded, that was quite funny. There's a photo of that came on that video earlier. 2-0 Cessnock City. Shane Farmer with the goal there. A long ball over the top, I believe. West Wallsend got one back, and that's all they got back. It was Sam Jones who scored for them. 2-1 loss for West Wallsend. I thought Reece Paparocki did well backing up from the 19s for Cessnock. And lastly but not least, I think it's a good point to point out that West Wallsend were the better side in the later part of that game, and were probably unlucky not to get a draw out of that. First grade. Wow, what a game for West Wallsend. Dominance. Maybe not dominance. I think that might be just an overstatement of the century right there. 3-1, it probably could have been more. And maybe not dominance, but it was a fluent performance for West Wallsend. Equally, it was a pretty poor performance from Cessnock City. A lot of going back, a lot of miscommunication. I think that'll get better as we get closer to the season. 3-1 victory for West Wallsend. And there's not much else to say about that. It wasn't the most memorable game in history, but a fairly contested game, and Ryan Cole getting on the score sheet with a penalty. This team sheet is very, very hard to read. Dan Laniowski getting on the score sheet. And finally, last but not least, West Wallsend getting the final goal, which at this stage it was 3-0 before half time, so I think that's equally, that's probably to be pointed out that it was 3-0 within the first half. Chris Hughes getting that goal, and finally, last but not least, number 2, Sam Garratti, pronunciation, over the keeper's head, into the goal. Let's move on to Sunday's games today, which is Sunday, but this video is going up on Monday. First of all, here are the photos from a very hot day at Gateshead. Enjoy. Alright, we're back. Yeah, as I said, let's talk about the ground first. It wasn't the most suitable ground in history. It was bad, but for short notice, credit to KAHBA Football Club for getting that ground prepared, getting it mowed, getting the lines marked, having some water there for the players, having some shade for both teams with the gazebos and whatnot. I myself got very sunburned. I probably should have took advantage of that shade, but it wasn't the best field in history. But from what I've been told, I can make this public. KAHBA are looking at getting a multi-million-dollar deal, which I'm not sure if that's the right statement to make, but that's what I've been told. A $5 million deal for Harold Knight Oval, or the Mick Middleton Fields there at Gateshead, to be made into a permanent home ground for KAHBA Football Club. Grandstands, training field, all-age field. It sounds really good. And Lake Macquarie City Council, I think they're doing a great job there, working with KAHBA. KAHBA are happy with the council, and I think it would be great for that club to get a ground like that, and who knows what the possibilities could be in going to the NPL. And it's a very strong club, KAHBA, and they're just getting better each year, and a new ground like that would be absolutely amazing. It's a good location there at Gateshead, and hopefully they can see that through, and in a few years' time we'll be going there and taking Newysports TV on the road again to Gateshead. Let's get started on the games. The 17s match of the day. I got no doubt there it was indeed the match of the day, and that's not just because it was the closest match. It was the most entertaining match. Bell Swans really brought it. Admittingly, they wore white shirts without names on them, which that's not the greatest thing in the world. There was no team sheets, so I didn't really get any names. They were just a bunch of blonde guys with ponytails and some headbands, most of them. That might be stereotypical, but I did get Archie Johnson as the first goal scorer for Bell Swans, equalising after the opening goal from Pat Waller for KAHBA. Very good KAHBA side, this one. I think they've recruited well. Two exciting teams. I think the 17s comp, based on what I saw yesterday at West Wallsend and today, the 17s comp's going to be one to watch this year. 1-1 at half-time, fairly even. Bell Swans' keeper was strong. I didn't actually get his name, but he knows who he is. His teammates know who he is. 2-1, Bell Swans, some guy with a headband and Adidas shorts. That's their coach, I think, left, so I didn't actually get any names. Apologies there. I will get to know the Bell Swans guys as the season goes on. KAHBA got 2 goals back, and I had this written down as Henry Gibson, but I got corrected not long ago, so I'm just going to quickly check the messages I have here on the iPad. And this is the thing, this is proof right here. I'm going to get some stuff wrong, especially during the pre-season, when I'm just sort of learning who everyone is. Kai Condon was the goal scorer there, 2 goals. Thank you to one of his teammates for letting me know that. 2 really crucial goals for KAHBA. 3-3 draw, and it ended up being Bell Swans getting 1 back. Wasn't sure on the goal scorer. But yes, if I miss something or make mistakes with names or whatnot, please correct me and I will change it. There's always mistakes. You saw that interview earlier. That was pretty bad, but always mistakes to be made. Bell Swans in the 19s, I was excited to see these guys play. They were a good team last year, but different sort of squad this year, a couple new faces. The number 14, technical player. Looks really, really good player, and I think once the season gets started, he will be one to watch. Sort of on the wing there for Bell Swans, their keeper. I know the name, I just can't remember it. It's going to come back to me as I'm going on here. It's Connor Bryson, that's it. Their keeper was strong, scrambling a few times to save them during that first period of the game. But it was KAHBA coming away with with the trial match win. Connor Cromartie getting on the score sheet first. Goal line save from one of the Bell Swans guys, number 10, shout out to him. Hopefully he knows who he is. Bailey Bailey Chaplin getting on the score sheet, Harry Wills almost getting on the score sheet, Campbell Hind on the score sheet, Bailey Cooper, and Cooper Goodacre with a breakaway goal to make it 3-0. 5-0 was the final score there. Isaac Zek missing a penalty late on that could have made it 6-0, but it doesn't really matter in a trial match. Two players who really impressed me, Bailey Chaplin and Harry Wills. I'm not sure if these guys are new to KAHBA. I've heard Chaplin's name somewhere. He might have played somewhere last year. It might be another Chaplin, I don't know. But Harry Wills definitely, I think, is a new player. These guys look good. They looked really good in the midfield area and attacking. And I think KAHBA's a really good club to watch in all the grades. And I'm not saying that just because I've been playing six-a-side out there. I haven't played these guys, Chaplin and Wills, in six-a-side that I know of. I might have played them, but there's a good team to watch, and those two especially were very strong today. 23s, I've got 3 things written down. It was a typical sort of 23s match in the heat, middle part of the day, 0-0 draw. I had one of the players who said that it does happen more than often that the 23s does sort of fizzle out sometimes. I don't make it no secret, it's not my favourite grade. I think the system could be better in regards to under 23s competition, but this game, yeah, it was forgettable. But there's some decent moments here and there. It was back and forth, some good football, but nothing really producing a goal or anything like that. Both Daly brothers playing for KAHBA, 17s players from last season. Good to see them stepping up to 23s. Two of Belswan's best players from last year in the finals, James Youngberry and Matt Ellis, playing in the 23s as well. And that's about all I've got to mention for that. We move on to first grade, and what a performance from KAHBA Football Club today. 8-0 over South Cardiff, NPL side, now in UFM of course. This isn't the world falling apart for South Cardiff. It's the first day of the season. They've only been together for a couple of weeks now. I know KAHBA have been training, they've been going to the gym, they've been doing CrossFit. They're a very serious football club, and Andre Gumprich has got them working very well. 8-0, and even at 8-0, Andre was still leading that team around, telling them to get back. A born leader, Andre, and it was a great performance to watch today. It probably could have been more, I'm not going to lie. Sean Clerk, I should say, haunting his old club, 5 goals. Amazing. And these goals weren't just tap-ins, a couple of them were, but there were some decent goals in that 5. It was good to see Jaden Demir get a starting debut, or not. Was he starting? I think he might have come off the bench. Get a debut in first grade for KAHBA, former Edgeworth player from last year in the 19s. Scoring a goal too. Played really well today, Jaden Demir, and not man of the match of course. Sean Clerk can't go past him. Final goal to Jamie Bartlett. I got his name right there. Apologies to Jamie for that earlier spelling mistake on the Facebook status. 8-0 for KAHBA. And yeah, this team, I'd be surprised if they don't make the 4, and I'm prepared to make that call early on. I'm that sort of person, I make these calls. I say KAHBA make the finals this year. They're probably sitting there going, why is he saying this? Other clubs are probably saying, why is he saying this? But KAHBA look good, they're a serious football team. They made the semis last year, and I think Gumpsy wants to go one further this year and win the grand final, no doubt. KAHBA will probably make the 4, and I've had other opposition coaches that I've been talking to today online that have agreed with that. Okay, so we move on. Those were the games. Now we move on to next week's games. I was going to do a team of the week, but I might put something up on Facebook. I should have written some names down for Team of the Week. That could have been good. But yeah, I'll maybe put some names up on Facebook tomorrow or during the week or something. Next week, pardon me. Next week we have 2 games here on Newysports at the moment. This schedule may change, but at the moment, pardon me again. At the moment we're going to Nelson Bay, Tomaree Complex on Saturday for KAHBA versus Carnwell. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Central Coast team. They're playing them in first grade and the under-23s. KAHBA's under-19s team are playing Nelson Bay Zone League 1, and the KAHBA 17s are playing the KAHBA Zone League 3 team. So it's a real KAHBA flavoured day. And I'm definitely looking forward to covering them again, and a few times this year. I'm looking forward to watching KAHBA play, and it's going to be good to go up to Nelson Bay. It's somewhere that I've wanted to go to a game, and I haven't managed to go up there in a few years. So last time I was up there was Tillagary, I think. So Nelson Bay, it's a good area, and I think it'll be a good game against Carnwell. I think they're a serious club from the Central Coast with Adam Kwasnick working with them. I think he's working with them and not Berkeley Vale. I might be getting my Central Coast teams mixed up. Next Sunday, we're off back to Johnston Park, back to Wembley for West Wallsend versus Singleton. I'm really looking forward to seeing Singleton play. That's the main reason I'm going to this game. I don't have many Singleton games on my schedule, so I put this down as a must attend, and I will be there and hopefully maybe get some interviews and see a new look Singleton outfit take on an improved West Wallsend outfit. I'm looking forward to seeing what these sides can produce next Sunday. I don't know what the time is on the video. I can't actually see the screen, but I don't really have much more than that. It's trial and error here on Newysports TV. We're going to try and get things better during the season. It's only the first week of pre-season officially with these games, so we'll kick on and see how we go. But credit to all 4 teams that played, or 5 teams that played over the last 2 days. I'm very sunburnt. That's probably the worst part of it. 2 long days, 2 enjoyable days, and I hope you enjoyed the photography work. Yours truly can be thanked for that. And I'm looking forward to covering some more games next week. This has been Newysports TV. I'm Ty Stedman. I will see you probably same time next week, next Monday, or next weekend. Whenever I see you, I'll see you then. Cheers.